Woo! Darren Steen here, FatLossLifestyle.com. How to make your arms grow. Bigger arms, bigger biceps. That's what the question I get a lot. And I'm going to give you 2 tips in this video, short video, that will allow you to gain up to 1 inch on your arms of true muscle growth in about 6 to 8 to 10 weeks at the max. So here we go. I apologize, it's been a couple weeks since I put something on my blog and I miss you guys. I hope you miss me too. I was busy though. I had a big goal and I went to the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio, and I competed in the first time ever America's Next Great Trainer competition, which was a legitimate contest to test the skills of top personal trainers around the world. And it was a euphoric week, and I actually won first place, $10,000 first prize, but it was awesome. But even bigger than that is, it raised my mind of goals that I could hit into the future, hanging around, talking with and shaking hands with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, Lee Labrada, a ton of fitness popular guys right now, YouTube sensations like Mark Lobliner, all kinds of guys like that. So I was super stoked, but I was hanging in the green room before the VIP luncheon with Arnold, and Lee Haney's there, Dr. Hatfield, Dr. Squat, bunch of guys running around. So it was really cool. I started to mingle with them, and Lee Haney got me to the side. Someone said something about my physique, and it didn't take me long to take my shirt off, and I hit a couple poses in front of Lee Haney, and he was like, wow, this is an awesome, healthy looking physique. And he was, critiquing me and complimenting me. So he asked me how I got my back and my arms to grow at the age of 50, being drug-free for life. So I wanted to bring to you, I told him, and I got interviewed from bodybuilding.com for winning America's Next Great Trainer, and they asked me the same question. So I'm going to come to you with 2 tips that has allowed me to make my arms grow and actually get a double peak, and that's not genetics. I'm here to tell you, I made that happen with a couple of these techniques I'm going to show you. So I could talk all day long about unique techniques to make your arms grow, but here's 2 or 3 of my favorites. This is a seated preacher bench, of course. Any slower rep speed, slow it down. 3-second positive, 1 second squeeze, 3-second negative, 1 second relaxation. Big breath in, pa, and hold it. 3, 2, and down slow. 3, 2, 1. So 3, 1, 3, 1. Now here's the next key. Besides slowing the repetition speed down, drop your knuckles and lead with the butt of the palm. All right, I call it Spider-Man technique. Like Spider-Man shooting a web, nice and slow. Get a nice stretch, 1 second pause, and 3, 2, and 1. Don't come up all the way, stop short so tension stays tight on the bicep. And notice my knuckles are dropping towards the floor as I lead with the butt of the palm up. That's about as high as I go. If I come any higher, it's gonna let tension off the bicep. Real slow down, 3, 2, 1. The descent, the eccentric part of the face is as important, if not more so important. So be mindful of the stretch going down. 3, 2, and 1. 1 second isometric squeeze. Squeeze water out of a sponge is the mindset in your target muscle. This case is the bicep, obviously. 3, 2, and 1. Pause. 1 second squeeze. Nice, slow, negative. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Notice the knuckles falling towards the floor. Squeeze, squeeze. All right, here's another unique technique. All right, pause in the middle range of motion. Isometrically hold there for 5 seconds. Little subtle pulses in the mid range of motion. My biceps are really screaming right now with unique tension. And I'm gonna do 1 more. Dropping the knuckles, leading with the butt of the palm up. Now I'll curl those knuckles up for the last slow 10-second negative down. Fight it. Really get the great burn in there. And enjoy that stretch going down. So there's a lot of little nuggets in there, 3 or 4 unique techniques. Lead with the butt of the palm, Spider-Man technique. Rep speed, 3, 1, 3, 1, slower, mind-muscle connection, squeeze water out of a sponge. At the end, do something unique, like stop in the mid-range of motion, little subtle pulses, and then a nice slow negative down. When I really started to make my biceps and my arms grow, I really found out that I had problems, adhesions, scar tissue, knots that didn't feel good from 30 years of athletics. So this is a lacrosse ball. Get that lacrosse ball on your bicep. There's knots in there. Anytime that you roll a hard surface like a lacrosse ball on a target muscle and tendons, whenever you find a spot that hurts and it's knotted up, it's like an injury on the inside that you can't pick the scab off like you pick it off of a scab If you had an injury on your skin, it would harden up and scab. For a healing process, you can pick that scab off. If you have an injury on the inside, on the muscle, ligament, tendon of that muscle, you can't pick that scab off. If it's too hard because it was too severe of an injury, it's not working the way the muscle tendon should work. So this lacrosse ball is a technique. Once you get on that spot, you knead into it, make it hurt. For about 10 seconds, you try to knead through it. And you can start to break up that little hard spot, that scar tissue adhesion over time. That way it can heal, and you get blood in there too. Blood is the river of life, man. You want to make your muscles recover, you get blood in there. So that way when you get that hard spot out, that tendon, ligament, or muscle can start to slide more naturally. So my right arm was weak considerably over my other one, didn't have a double peak on it, but ever since I started doing unique recovery techniques like this, I've really started to bring it up so it's more even with the bigger one, the left one. So all right, here's an activated, isolated stretch. It's a unique stretch. It's a 2-second stretch and then relaxation. Activated, isolated stretching, AIS, check it out. So it's tough to stretch the bicep, 2, 1, for a lot of guys to figure it out. But if you put the knuckle of your index finger on a ledge and you push your forearm forward and then you just turn away, 2 and 1, you start to really feel a really nice, unique stretch in here. 3, 2 and 1. All right, and 2 and 1. 2 or 3 seconds is adequate, about 7 to 10 repetitions. 2 and 1. Oh, just sort of feels like there's new blood in there, like you can tell when you're breaking through scar tissue. So there's my best tips, not my best, there's some of my tips on how to get your arms bigger, how to make them grow up to an inch. I'm gonna say 3/4 of an inch to an inch within 8 to 10 weeks. All right, so whenever you want to make your muscles grow naturally, you got to work them out properly, but it's rest and recovery. The stretching and the lacrosse ball technique can help you recover, but also you got to eat. So I'm going to throw a nugget in here really quick. I learned something that I think you guys are going to really like. Arguably, but not too arguably, most people agree that eggs are the best source of quality protein for bodybuilders or anybody who wants to repair their muscles back. All right, it's got a broader range of amino acids than red meat, turkey, fish, chicken, all those other ones. Varieties of spice of life. You need different sources of protein. But if you can get high quality eggs, and that's a whole nother conversation, local farmers markets, people who raise the animals, and what they feed the animals for quality versus quantity, the quality does matter. Don't go with these new fitness YouTube sensations that say it's just macros. It's a combination. You can't eat all macaroni and cheese, damn it, and as your carbs, and maybe when you're 20 you can, but not when you're 30, 40, 50. All right, quality matters. All right, so here's a mason jar, pickle jar, empty. It's got some water in it. All right, just enough to come up short of the egg. These eggs, trust me, hard-boiled eggs, if you boil them wrong, it is a bitch to get the shell off. We're always in a hurry, so you sit there and pick that sucker for a minute to get the shell off of one egg. So this is a trial, but I did this at home. You have to trust me on this. This egg was boiled improperly. It will not peel at all. It'd take me 2 minutes to peel this egg, and I just get frustrated. So drop it in the water. All right, so the technique is pretty obvious. You're cracking the shell by bouncing it back and forth, but the trick is that the water gets in underneath the shell in the membrane, and a hard-boiled egg that's boiled the wrong way, usually if you boil it too long and you leave it in the hot water, it's not going to peel at all. But if you boil it at the right time, about 7 to 8 minutes, a hard boil, pour the hot water out, pour cold water in, and then peel them right there. That's usually the best bet you're going to have to peel a hard-boiled egg without too much aggravation. So I know it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but if you got some eggs that are pretty miserable as far as you boil them the wrong way and they won't peel, shake it up, crack it up, let that water soak around, and then grab the egg. It's a little bit hard to grab because and as you can see, I can almost peel it with one hand. Pretty much the egg white peels right off. And I broke the egg up, but it came off so much easier. I really think I had more success at home with this, but if you got hard-boiled eggs that aren't peeling, I promise you this technique could save you some time and aggravation. So there you go. I hope you like some of the tips on how to grow your arms, getting an inch on your arms here at FatLossLifestyle.com. Please, if you like this, thumbs up, share it with your buddies. Stay tuned because FatLossLifestyle.com blog is going to have some hot stuff out there. I give a lot of stuff away for free. but I got something that's going to radically blow your body, lifestyle, and mind. You do have the power to change to make the rest of your life the best of your life.